All right, I just dealt my starting hand of 5 cards. You can see I've got 3 punch and 2 vulnerability. And we're going to populate this with 5 cards, and that'll be our draw area. Now, the draw area has cards I can purchase using power, or, as you know, it could reveal an attack or now an ongoing card in the sense of a personal crisis. So if I get a personal crisis or an attack, they don't do anything on this round. Okay, so let's have a look and see. Well, it's personal crisis, trial by combat. So this one actually says that it is ongoing. So each time a villain enters the lineup, you discard a card, but I won't do that only for this opening. This is sort of a setup. Well, there's a villain right there. No attack though. Super speed I can use. Granny Goodness and Hawk Girl. All right. I'll take my 3 punch and I will buy this super speed, superpower card that allows me to draw a card. Now that's only going to cost me 2 because Donna Troy pays 1 less. So I'm going to pay my 2 and I'm done. So you deal your hand, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can look at my hand. Trial by combat is now discarded, and its ongoing effect is now in play. So each time a villain enters the lineup, I need to discard a card. And the way to beat that is to contribute a defense card. All right, not a villain. That is a villain. So I can decide whether I want to deal with this attack first or whether I want to deal with this first. Let's see what the attack says. Each foe reveals his hand and discards a card with a cost 3 or greater, and each who does may put a punch card from his discard pile into his hand. So it doesn't really matter because I don't have a card that's 3 or higher, so I don't have to discard anything. However, Trial by Combat, which is an ongoing card at the top of the discard pile, says that if a villain enters the lineup, I need to discard a card, so I will discard the vulnerability, leaving me with 4. Okay, I always like her. Yeah, I guess, you know what, I'm gonna let that go one more round. I'm gonna buy a kick. By the way, there's only 6 kicks up here. I've got 3 taunts, 4 vulnerabilities, 5 weaknesses, 6 kicks. So I'm gonna buy a kick, and I can only afford 1. All right. Okay, so Killer Croc escapes. He goes under Trial by Combat. Trial by Combat is still the active, ongoing card. But because he escaped, I am taunted. So there's my first taunt. All right, and now I have to fill the offer. Canary Cry, which is a defense card, so I can buy that for 3. Okay, super speed says draw a card. That wasn't good. So I've got 3 vulnerability, 2 punch. So what can I buy for 2 punch? Well, I can buy Hawk Girl. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Granny Goodness escapes. Trial by Combat stays on top. Because Granny Goodness escaped, I'm taunted again. And I have to fill my lineup. Another crisis. It says Malfunction, which is a personal crisis. Discard each equipment you control. I don't control any equipment, but I can't play equipment. And in order to beat this, I have to contribute to equipment. Okay. Not a villain though, so I don't have to do anything with Trial by Combat. And there's another parasite. Okay, so let's see my hand here. I can't defend against that attack, so I have to reveal. I have to reveal the top. Oh no, yeah, reveal my hand and put a card with 3 or greater in the discard pile, and then I get a punch card back. Certainly made me a little weaker. And this says each time a villain enters the lineup, which happened, I have to discard a card, so I'll lose my punch anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4 to buy. I'm going to buy Canary Cry for 3. So far I haven't really stocked up on firepower. I have 1 card. Dr. Midnight escapes or is captured. So because it's a player card, I'm not taunted, vulnerable, or weaker. Let's have a look at my hand here. Not bad. So we'll populate. There's equipment. So no villains showed up, so I don't have to do any trial by combat. And this says that I can buy equipment, which is right here, Aquaman's Trident, but if I can't use it yet. Probably, now the parasites aren't a big threat to me. Let me think about this. Canary Cry, because there was no attack, basically it just says draw a card. That's what the text leads to. All right, so I got Hawk Girl. It's a little early for her, but she's good in the game late. So that's 1, 2, 3. I've got 4 power. That's only going to cost me 2, so I might as well save that for later. I am going to get... you know what? I'm going to get a kick.